The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
You have got to get up pretty early to go do something.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
You have got to get up pretty early to go do something. We are the Alternative Dig Talk. With our mobile studios, we are redefining TV presentation just as technology is setting the pace. We are blending our approach with fresh, perspectively designed breakfast show, The Mighty Drive, informative and entertainment show, exclusive and live interviews.
We President Museveni wa dejuzi namulaba apima Karuhanga kilo 2. Tasobola kalya. Nini bwaba lya kilo 5. Oya nemo kulisa. Egwanga ne bali mundekera.
Njagala kwebaza the Alternative Dig Talk. Etuwade kano ka Mighty Drive. Era n'abatuwuliriza bonna abali ku mikutu njagala basaba mugendo maaso n'okuwuliriza.
All given to you just a click away on your phone, tablet, laptop, and smart TVs. As we are streaming live on our social media platforms, on the road and on the go. We are the Alternative Dig Talk.
Hey Ugandans, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Dewa Kiki, the Deputy Defense Spokesperson and actually the Deputy Spokesperson for the Uganda People's Defense Forces. I was hosted on Alternative Dig Talk. I encourage all Ugandans that this is the way to go. Always watch, participate, give your views and ask questions on Alternative Dig Talk. Dig Talk, the way to go.
The world is at a critical moment of providing innovative alternatives as a means to create change.
As such, we have created a not-for-profit alternative mobile digital platform as a way to promote space for freedom of speech and expression to the unheard voices.
We know you believe in the cause and you can further it more by contributing to its sustainability in forms of internet data, fuel, and any other support you deem relevant.
Please support us with your contribution to Equity Bank account number 103-5201-607252 under the name Alternative Digital, or our mobile money numbers 0702 900076 or 0783 047785. Alternative Digital. Real issues, real talk.
get up pretty early to go do something. We are the Alternative TikTok. With our mobile studios, we are redefining TV presentation just as technology is setting the pace. We are blending our approach with fresh, perspectively designed breakfast show, The Mighty Drive, informative and entertainment show, exclusive and live interviews.
We President Museveni wadde juzi namulaba apima akawunga kilo 2 tasobola kalya nini bwaba alya kilo 5 oyanema okuliisa eggwanga ne bwe limundekera.
Njagala kwebaza the Alternative TikTok etuwadde kano ka Mighty Drive era n'abatuwuliriza bonna abali ku mikutu njagala basaba mugendo mu maaso n'okuwuliriza.
All given to you just a click away on your phone, tablet, laptop and smart TVs as we are streaming live on our social media platforms, on the road and on the go. We are the Alternative TikTok.
The Alternative TikTok. Real issues, real talk.
Edashika msamvuze zakaita kusawa emweyo kumacha. A very good morning and a warm welcome to the Mighty Drive show. My name is Edgar Mathew Karuhanga. Today is a Thursday, week na ino tunatera okuje ku mugongo enaku zo mwezi 15 omwezi gwa kuna April omwaka 2020. Yes, we are midway the month and I think we are quarter way the year. So at the end of the day, look at yourself and think, what have you achieved today? Chicho kozemo na kolwalero, because there is a saying that goes, the secret to your success is in your daily schedule. Olunakulo olwabulijjo lubeera lutya awo weewali ekyama kya success yo. Chicho kola every day. What you do every day influences what is going to happen in the near future. But ladies and gentlemen, allow me welcome you to the Mighty Drive show and tuli wano musaidiza enajera era abantu be najera chiwatule nalia ntinda mwena mu streaming in live on the Alternative Uganda on Facebook and on Twitter. Olunako olwalero tulina omwami munnamateeka. We are having Counsel Darius Taremwa. He is the CEO of MORSEL Africa Limited. Agenda kubeera wano nange ne Farida nga tunyumyamu ku mbozi nga tulaba bichi byayogera ebizimba eggwanga na bichi na ngeri ki gitusobola okugenda maaso ngaba na Uganda ngaba Africa era ng'abantu as a humanity. But ladies and gentlemen, bintu bingi ebibadde bitambula mu week eno ate mu lunaku olw'eggulo specifically bingi ebyabaddewo naye leero we are going to be first perusing through the world. We know what is going on around the world. Munsi yonna kyekibadde kitambula mawulire mangi agava mu United States, agava mu tunaye agava mu Israel, tunaye agava mu Egypt, tuina Burkina Faso. Ngenda kuba mbaleetera omwami Blaise Compaoré, ono ye yali president owa Burkina Faso eyajjako omwami. Noza katandike ne ku story eno yennyini. Koti evuddeyo mu ggwanga lino erya Burkina Faso neteekako ekipapula warrant, ekipapula bakuntumye eri eyali president w'eggwanga lino omwami Blaise Compaoré. Blaise Compaoré yawamba obuyinza mu 1987 following a coup d'etat yateeka ew'omwami gwe mumanyi nnyo, a revolutionarist, an Africanist, a Pan-Africanist who will forever be remembered, the man from Burkina Faso. When you talk about Burkina Faso, you cannot forget to talk about Thomas Sankara. Thomas Sankara is leading Burkina Faso to independence. I think that was 1983. Yes. 1983 omwami Thomas Sankara abakwata ne bakuba emmundu naye yawambibwa eyali mukwano gw'enfaafe era yali deputy in command omwami Blaise Kampoire ate teyakoma bukomi mu kumuwamba. Blaise Kampoire yakwata natta omwami gwe bayita Thomas Sankara. So olunaku lw'eggulo ekooti mu ggwanga lino lya Burkina Faso yavuddeyo neteekako ekipapula bakuntumye warrant of arrest buli alabako omwami Blaise Kampoire. Feel free okutegeeza munamateeka okutegeeza bannamateeka oba kooti oba police yonna ekuli okumpi. Omwami Blaise Kampoire is a fugitive and is being looked out for. Bamuteekako musango gwa kutte yali mukama we ate yali mukwano gwe. Something that is weird about humanity is this. Blaise Kampoire yakulira maka gaba Thomas Sankara. Thomas Sankara Blaise Kampoire yafiirwa taata we. Wafiirwa taata we n'alyoka agenda mu maka ga Thomas Sankara ewaabwe era gye yakulira. These two were raised as brothers. Ne basomera mu masomero ge gamu ne baliira ku sowaani emu. Unfortunately we bayingira politics ne bayingira bonna ne balwanira eggwanga lyabwe bonna. In 1983 eggwanga lya Burkina Faso ne lifuna independence. After getting independence in 1987, 4 years down the road, twalaba Blaise Kampoire ng'akwata n'awamba obuyinza in one coup that will never be forgotten in African history. A revolutionist like Thomas Sankara bakwata ne bamukuba amasasi ne bamutta eyali muganda we eyali mukwano gwe Blaise Kampoire. Naye nga we nabagamba wano mbu justice is just delayed but it is never defeated. Justice is delayed but it is never defeated. Otogera 27 years down the road omusajja ono yakulembera Burkina Faso from 1987 to 2014. 2014 abantu begugunga ne bagamba manyi gwe tulina okutwala Ntitingwa ne bamutwala omwami ono Blaise Kampoire ne bamutwala ne bamugoba mu buyinza in 2014. Kati wayiseewo emyaka 7 kooti mu ggwanga lino erya Burkina Faso evuddeyo negamba sebo you committed crimes of crimes against humanity and then you are going to be subjected. Era bamunoonya naye nga kiteeberezebwa nti omwami Blaise Kampoire ono yali president w'eggwanga lino erya Burkina Faso yeekweka mu ggwanga erya Cote d'Ivoire eryo Ivory Coast mwe yeekweka omwo mwali naye nga poliisi wetwogerera emunoonya. Naye mweno story bannange nze yankwasiza ennaku naye yanzukusiza n'enzijukiza nti no at the end of the day the person you trust the most will be the one to stab you in the back. Ono muntu yamukuza bakula bonna they were brothers. Era to just give you more intel about this, omwami ono Thomas Sankara bamuwoninga I think prior to the time this guy Blaise Kampoire yamukubira amasasi n'amutta. Bamuwoninga first of all yamuwoninga yali amukuuma Gadwe yamugamba mbu omanyi omusajja ono Blaise Kampoire agenda planning an assassination attempt okutta naye omusajja n'agamba nedda this is my friend waba yagenda okunzita ngumye okunzita naye he is my friend. Teyakomawo gadi C.E.O yamulabula neggana a secret service oba secret intelligence njoza by then J.K. Rowlings yali in mugundi yali in leadership mu ggwanga lino erya Ghana. J.K. Rowlings yakatuuka ffe wano of recent naye yamuwoninga n'amugamba as the Ghanaians we've got intelligence that Thomas Sankara you are going to be killed. Thomas Sankara n'agamba ono muganda wange laba friendship yamu blinding amaaso mukwano gwe yennyini Blaise Kampoire yakwata amasasi n'agamutujja agamujja mu budde bw'ensi buno. Omusajja yali akakulembera kondoza gyali emyaka 3 gyokka a young man doza olaba red beret abaana ba NUP gye bambala red beret yali ya Thomas Sankara yali ajambalanga. So I think era affiliation bagijeyo in Burkina Faso okugireeta wano e Kampala. So the man Thomas Sankara after 27 years justice is now about to be served. We are not sure if it is going to be served but it is about to be served. A story yensokeddeko poliisi eri mu kunoonya oyali president w'eggwanga lino erya Burkina Faso Blaise Kampoire. Mawulire amalala katugendeko Emisiri ndooza mujjukira emabegako waliwo eryato oba lyali lya ggwanga lya Mexico, I think Mexico and United States awo eryato lyabwe lyayimirira mu Suez Canal neri stiffening a business for a long time, I think for a week eryato lifiiridde awo wakati wa Suez Canal. Juga Suez Canal eno etambuza ebyamaguzi bingi nnyo. I think it's one of the Egyptians source of revenue. Olunaku olweggulo Egypt yawambe lino eryato kasita nti bamaze oditereza ne balijjawo naye Egypt yali wambe negamba beetaaga $900 million in terms of compensation. Beetaaga obukadde 9 okompensatingira obudde bwabwe bwe bamala nga bali stuck wali eryato nga tirikiriza trade kugenda maaso. So the Egyptian government yawambe lino eryato egamba abasajja ba United States mba mulyetaaga mugenda kubanga musasula million 9 olwa $. Nga tugenzeko mawulire amalala ng'ovuddeko awo waliyo ndoza eggwanga baliyita Haiti. Haiti is located in the southern part of the United States. Haiti ono kekafo akasinga ndoza mu US okubeera akafo akabaavu naye olunaku lw'eggulo cabinet yonna eya president wa kano aka island Haiti omwami Juvenile Moise yakiguddeko cabinet yonna yakutene resigning angegamba there are a lot of abductions and kidnaps and the government is doing nothing. Abantu mu ggwanga lya Haiti bannange bali mu kidnapping ange tabu. So mu mawulire gano omwami Juvenile Moise kati we twogerera talina cabinet, talina minister, talina state minister, neba jangu wano mu Uganda kusende engeri abantu gye bazaagala teri asobola ku resigning azika bagamba ko ba MPs abo nti lwaki temu resigning akomwe ngaba MPs ati mugamba baba bya akalulu kuba president bonna bagamba baba bya akalulu naye teri mu kubona asobola kukiriza ku retiring at the end of the day. Ebyo bigenda maaso mu ggwanga liri erya United States mu katundu aka Haiti. Ndoza mawulire amala ge tulinawo tugende mu ggwanga lino erya United States era United States wawaddeyo ndoza wiiki eweddewo waliyo police omwami yeeyita Porter. Porter yakutte n'akuba amasasi eri omwana omuto Doughty Wright eni emyaka 2 za African American yadde ali ku bitaala nga alinze ekitaala kimute. I think police nejja ne pullinga over on the side ne bamugamba okufulumamu wadde omusajja yadde talina kisi kyonna. Twalabye nga omupoliisi ono omwami gwe bayita Kim Porter yamukubye amasasi agamujje mu nsi omwana Doughty Wright emyaka 2 gyokka agency naye at the end of the day black lives really matter. So in that particular discourse kati okwegugunga kwaguddewawo mu ggwanga erya US okwegugunga kwatandise abantu bonna bagamba it is not right for this to happen. Then nga tugezeko mu ggwanga lino erya Niger we're still on the African continent 20 students nabo bakutte ne bafiiridde mu muliro somero lyabwe bambi eryakutte omuliro olunaku olw'eggulo. So we twogereranga abaana 20 bonna bafudde baana bawala. It was a single school mu ggwanga lino erya Niger liri mu Western Africa. So fensi yakuta omuliro abaana baadde munda ne mu dormitories bonna ne bafa abaana ndoza 20 balamba ne bafa. Kati government ya ggwanga lino erya Niger evuddeyo negamba egenda tandika investigations era amasomero agamu bagaggaddewo following make the investigations as they unfold so that they know what really caused this outbreak that killed over 20 students, young students at that. Wano mu ggwanga Uganda babantu bekalakasa bagamba omumeme amasanyalaze ensusiza omuntu osasula omutwalo ogumu ne bakuwa unity emu 2 ekyo kiri so unfair. So at the end of the day abantu bavuddeyo ne bagamba mbuno they really showed their grievance ne ba complaining against umeme yavuddeyo in retaliation ndoza omwami Kawuju yavuddeyo n'agamba nti omanyi amasanyalaze during the festive season twabawa units nyingi so we're trying to compensate for those units in this particular month. So umeme yo naye nga umeme gamazima kyo kibaddewo nnyo ebadde overpricing amasanyalaze gaayo omuntu ogula units okumutwalo gumoso bagenda kuwa units nga 15 eza Uganda otafuna 7-8 nga siye gwe. Ndoza kamalirize n'oluguudo olw'Ensambya Estate n'oluguudo luva ku Total ndoza ne lusika paka wali ku St Joseph ne luyita ku Nsambya ne luyita ku Red Yemu awo then ne lukirira paka ku KFC wali emabega wa American Embassy. N'oluguudo KCCA planning okulufuula Dr. Cyprian Kizito Lwanga Road okurenaminga after one renowned Archbishop of Kampala Diocese Omwami, the fallen hero, Dr. Cyprian Kizito. Dr. Cyprian yavaina yogera bintu binja yogedde mu time yenga mulamwa he was representing the people, asserting the people's voice. No time abantu bali babulizibwawo ennyo y'omu ku bantu abavayo ne bayogera ku bino ebintu ebyali bigenda mu maaso. So ladies and gentlemen, ndoza kudashika 19 ezakaita ku ssaawa emu ey'okumakya. Allow me go for a short commercial break. When I come back, we're going to be with Counsel Darius Taremwa. He is the CEO of MORSEL Africa Limited. Agenda kubeera wano nange ne Farida Bikobere nga tukwongerayo mu program The Mighty Drive. Let's go for a short commercial break. My name is Edgar. Good morning.
Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Hey Ugandans, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Dewa Kiki, the Deputy Defense Spokesperson and actually the Deputy Spokesperson for the Uganda People's Defense Forces. I was hosted on Alternative Dig Talk. I encourage all Ugandans that this is the way to go. Always watch, participate, give your views and ask questions on Alternative Dig Talk. Dig Talk, the way to go.
Have got to get up pretty early to go do something. We are the Alternative Dig Talk. With our mobile studios, we are redefining TV presentation just as technology is setting the pace. We are blending our approach with fresh, perspectively designed breakfast show, The Mighty Drive, informative and entertainment show, exclusive and live interviews.
We President Museveni wadde juzi namulaba apima Karuhanga kilo 2. Tasobola kalya. Nini bwaba alya kilo 5? Oyannema okuliisa. Eggwanga ne bwe limundekera.
Njagala kwebaza the Alternative Dig Talk etuwadde kano ka Mighty Drive era n'abatuwuliriza bonna abali ku mikutu njagala basaba mugendo maaso n'okuwuliriza.
All given to you just a click away on your phone, tablet, laptop and smart TVs as we are streaming live on our social media platforms, on the road and on the go. We are the Alternative Dig Talk.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
this week, Mukama blessings and you never councils. I think he is the third person and the council to be hosted this very week.
Yes.
But thank God, we're hosting a council to be on a different topic. One was human rights, yesterday's was health. Musawo, lawyer, the kind of gamba eri obulamu bw'abantu kubanga tubadde tulondoleta ko musawo ate owalwaleero council naye tugenda kwogera economics and development. Tugenda twagala kumanye Museveni pipeline okugiyisa e Tanzania yagenderera ki ye bannayuganda banaaganulwamu batya mu mafuta gano waliwo engambo eziyenjesebwa nti just kale kabadde kusiigiriza kazigo naye byadde byatandika dda nga bitambula naye kabadde kusiigiriza kazigo akuleeta no president wa Tanzania Samia kugamba nti ate asayininge kabadde kusiigiriza kazigo ko naye nga ate ebintu bibadde nga byatambula dda. So mukwana tanatwegatako the page is the Alternative Uganda on Facebook. Go like the page and follow us. Once in the comment section on our live video, typing Amechibuzo Joy, I will be reading it and our guest will be answering it. For YouTube, we are the Alternative Uganda, and on Twitter, we are the Alternative Uganda. That's why they kulaba live video ya feo genda kubanga ate show ojiraba ku YouTube. Kusawanga nyatanu bajja kubanga ate bamaze okugitekayo bwobanga mukwantu sobodde kutulaba olwansonga you are rushing ogenda ku mulimo. But if you seated in a taxi and you have your headsets, you take the horn and n'abakuliranye bwoba toziina teekako abantu bawulirize ebizimba eggwanga banebabo nabo bawulirize olw'ensonga nti gwe oyinza okuba olina data naye ng'ate gw'otudde naye talina naye nga bye tukubaganyako ebirowoozo biyamba gwe nange n'oyo maama oba taata abali bagamba nti abantu b'owansi we prefer to call them abantu ba bulijjo kuba teri muntu ayagala kumuyita wa wansi. So nga njagala okubaliriza once again, welcome to the show, and this is the Mighty Drive. Karuhanga, a very good morning.
A very good morning, Farida. How was your night?
Good.
It's fortunate enough that we have a counsel today in studios, but before we delve into talking to him, I want to just get your mind on this story. Burkina Faso. Omwami Blaise Compaoré, the president of Uganda, for 27 years, he murdered his predecessor, Musokayo Omwami Thomas Sankara. Yamukuba amasasi atenga yakubakula wambali ba mikwano. Ekyo kito kirowoozaako you have that friend of yours or his sister, because okutuuka ng'obadde mu maka g'omuntu bajje mukulidde, that means your family. Just because of leadership and money.
You see that greed for power can make someone do anything, no matter whether they are your brother or your sister or your blood or your friend. For as long as they have this greed for power, you can kill because you want to have the power. You know, power governs everything. When someone has power, you will get what you want. That power governs everything. So someone can do anything. At times, you know, that's when that story came out. Yes. Some of us are not surprised because whatever happened there, it is happening here, but in a different fashion.
In a different fashion. Okay, Komao, but I don't think I'll reach that extent. Zenganze, msente so akun driving up that and the power. I don't think so.
That is how most people say, the way politicians. You know, I am a different person. You vote for me, I will do this and the other. But when they reach the floor of parliament, it is the same story.
All right, allow me welcome Counsel Darius Taremwa. He is the CEO of MORSEL East Africa Limited. He is a lawyer, and he's one person who's really known a lot about, you know, the politics of East Africa, how East Africa has come and where it is going. Ladies and gentlemen, at just 2 minutes to half the hour, allow me welcome Counsel Darius. You're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, my friend. As you have stated, my name is Darius Taremwa. I am a lawyer who has practiced both in Uganda and Kenya, and also lived in Tanzania for some time, a place called Arusha. So I am a true definition of an African son. And I'm very glad that I'm passionate about the East African matters. Thank you.
Counsel, before we delve into the East African matters, we want to first know your story, because as the Mighty Drive, we believe that your stories can change people out there who are watching. Everybody has a unique story. So I want you to just tell us, or to run us through your story.
Yes.
Who is Taremwa right now? Where did he come from?
Yes.
Is he a Ugandan? How has he reached where he is right now to be the lawyer he is? Which schools did he go to? Just give us a background about yourself. Who's
Taremwa was raised by a single mother. I think this is very important. And I didn't have an opportunity to see my dad. And I grew up in a place called Shema, currently now a district. That time it was in Ushenyi. And I attended Mbara Junior School, Mbara High School, Nadia SS, UCU, Mukono.
For your university?
Yeah, for my university. I went to Kenya School of Law. Yes, and so many institutions in Tanzania.
Why did you decide to be a lawyer in all professions?
I decided to be a lawyer because it is dynamic. It gives you a chance to drive in other sectors of the economy. But also I was very passionate about helping out the common person. And being a lawyer gives you a platform to do that exactly.
When did you realize that, like at what age or what step did you realize that I would really want to be a lawyer?
I think primary, when the teacher when the teachers are selecting you for those bets and you argue these things very well, then the teacher is saying you can be a good lawyer. So the dream started there.
Why not? You can be a good teacher because even teachers will have to argue.
No, I think I was very argumentative, and that is why. And the dream started there. I started building it on it as I was taking courses, selecting subjects. I was always looking at history, literature. Yes.
Okay. By that time, did you know what a lawyer does in primary?
Luckily, yes. In my family, we have lawyers, so I would see how people first that hit me was the smartness of these guys and how organized they were. So you know, I was so inspired by all these things.
So how was the journey of you becoming, a certified lawyer? Was it easy, let's say, the transition from university and up to, starting to work and going to that law school in Kenya? How was that transition of becoming a certified lawyer?
The journey is not easy. Starting with the financial bit, because a law course is very expensive itself. But what I can tell the viewers is that, it is not about the money. It is about the focus and what you want in life. Once you insist and persist, you'll get there.
What are some of the achievements you would say after this time you've been a lawyer, for the time you've been a lawyer?
Yes.
Are there some things you look at and you say, I've really achieved this? It may be a family, maybe a case that you won, some of the achievements you've got in your career as a lawyer so far.
Yes, exactly. As first of all, I would say I am married, and one thing that I am proud of is that immediately when I was admitted to law school in 2016, when I was admitted to the role of advocate, I immediately, my fiance, we wedded, and that was the foundation for my, for my practice and development, career-wise and financial. It kept me focused, and then. My other achievement is I have
I have served in a pro bono committee in Kenya, and what we do here, we help kids and people who can't manage to pay legal fees. And I have served on that committee, and I'm still serving. I take some time a flight and go to Kenya and defend these guys, and I've seen some of them acquitted, and I'm sure I'm very proud of that.
Okay, I think it's. Do you have any other questions before we delve into the?
No,
okay.
let's go to the discussion.
Let's go to the discussion of the day. You have worked in Kenya.
Yes.
And I would like you to first of all juxtapose.
Yes.
Kenya and Uganda. Where are we in terms of legislation, in terms of economic development, in terms of economic empowerment? Where is Uganda and Kenya right now, if you were to juxtapose both of them?
Yeah, Edgar, before he does, he should do, first do the juxtaposition, the jurisdiction of Uganda and Kenya, and then the economics will come in.
So you're saying the jurisdiction of...
Let's talk about the judiciary, the system.
Yes.
There, because we saw those guys refute an election and go back to the polls. It has never happened, I think, in Africa, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, it was the first country to do that.
Yes.
How is the justice system there as compared to ours here?
Yeah, the justice system in Kenya generally is good. When I'm ranking, I would put it at 70. I would give it 70 to 80 out of 100.
And Uganda?
And Uganda, we are still we are getting there, because in Kenya they have gone through reforms, and before Kenya got this, they have a new constitution, which I think came in place in 2010.
2010.
Yeah, it is a very new constitution, and it has put up structures that has managed, helped the judiciary there to do its work independently without interruptions from the government. As you know, there are three arms of government: parliament and executive. Yeah. So this constitution has helped the Kenyan judiciary to do its work.
So what is lacking in Uganda that should be done for us to be at the level of Kenya or even beyond?
Yes, Kenya, I would want to take you a bit of history. History is very important because it shapes our future. One thing is that Kenya, Uganda, we have gone through a lot of wars, civil wars. When you look at since independence, Amin came in, then we had civil war in 1979, 80s. Uganda was not stable. Kenya has been on a path for at least, they have been stable for some time, apart from these political turmoils that come during after 5 years. But Uganda, I think we are taking reforms that is going to help us get to the level of the judiciary of Kenya.
But then we have seen in Kenya, we've seen insurrections as well. In 2002, as I think the late Moi was leaving power, there was a bit of insurrection there. In 2007, you saw what happened. But at the end of the day, these guys come back and their system is strong. I don't know why ours is still lacking. Is it the legislators, the leaders that are really looking at? And the other thing, Kenya is a tribalistic country, many tribes, and you know them and their tribes and their identity. It's really deep. Why is it that even though they have all that, they've achieved what they have achieved, and we haven't achieved here?
Yes. Still, I will take you back to the history. Kenya's economy has been stable, and that is what they hold on. That is what Kenyans know, economy. And with these disruptions that we have in Uganda, let me give you an example. These the countries that we are proud of, the United States, the UK, these are countries that have been where they are over, I don't know, 2,000 years. Here is a young country, 57 years. So we cannot start comparing ourselves. As we have had these civil wars in Uganda. But how do you compare Uganda in its current status with Kenya in terms of economic development? We used to import so many things in Kenya, plastics, sugar. When this current government had just come in, we never used to have sugar here. Everything we are coming from Kenya. But look at the current situation now. Uganda, our exports to Kenya have increased. Yes. Now, Kenya being our major export, number one export of Uganda, you have had issues to do with our milk being rejected in Kenya, our sugar, our rice, because Uganda we have overproduced. This is positive on part of Uganda because we have been able to change to reverse what we used to reverse the journey. Yes. Where Kenya used to dump everything in Uganda. Now we are the ones dumping there.
Can we say that
it is an economic war?
Maybe.
It is not. Look at the reasons why Kenya is struggling with Uganda. Uganda, first of all, we are not pure. No, that was not right. One thing is, Uganda, we are endured with fertile soil. Yes. We have rains throughout the season. We have cheap labor. Now, compare it with a partner state in Kenya. One thing is, cost of production is high. In Kenya, I lived in a place, I worked in Kisumu City for some time. Now, their soils are not fertile. All these people, what they can depend on is they grow sorghum, fish, because of Kisumu is around Lake Victoria. When you look at their soils, start from Busia, Kenya to Mombasa, there are few fertile lands that they have. The only place that is fertile in Kenya is Eldoret and Rift Valley and some parts of Mount Kenya, Meru, yes. But in Uganda, here someone wakes up, puts up maize and it grows. But in Kenya, it is fertile. You have to buy fertilizers, which increases the cost of production. So that is why our maize can cheaper, our milk is cheaper, our sugar is cheaper. So let me give you an example. When you buy a kilo of sugar here at 3,000.
These are 700, right?
Yes, yes. There it is 100 Kenyan shillings. In 100 Kenyan shillings, you cannot buy sugar. So when Kenyans are running for Ugandan products. Another example is milk. You've Western Uganda known for milk production. You find we don't even have milk for what? For our milk, our market for our milk. Go to Kenya. When we started exporting our milk there, and I would say this without fear, that who is the biggest milk producer in Kenya? It is the family of Uhuru Kenyatta, Brookside. Yeah. So these guys found themselves making losses because the Ugandan milk was of a good quality and cheaper.
But Counsel, one would say, then why is it that they are economically better than us yet here? First of all, we have an agriculture sector. It's the backbone of Uganda. Over 67% of the entire population is employed there.
Yes.
And it's not taxed at all.
Yes.
And prices are cheap of things here because they say Kampala is the cheapest city in Africa. So after all that, why is it that us having the cheap things and we are still far from these guys who have a high cost of production in Kenya, and they're showing us that they are far, they are now a middle income status country. What is not happening here in Uganda that is happening there? And yet we have all the advantages, all the odds are for us here in Uganda.
Yes, and I will take you back that Kenya has been stable economically, and Uganda, all these years we have been trying to recover. So now when you compare, like an example of how they used to import their goods in Uganda, now it is the other opposite. This is the foundation for Uganda to get to the level of Kenya. One thing Kenya did is they have been stable. They came up with companies, you know, banks, insurance companies, and all these people have been all these companies have employed Kenyans. In return, Kenyans, you know, the Kenyan government tax these people. Hence, that is why you see. But because of their stability, and because major, you see, stability is everything. Investors will look at where, you know, instead that time when Kenya was developing in the 90s, as we are still recovering. No investor would be sure that if I invest in Uganda, things will work out. Maybe there will be another. You know, in the 90s, in the northern Uganda, for example. Yeah. In fact, when we are talking about peace started in 2000 when NRM government had defeated Kony. So Kenya had not had such. So imagine if an investor wanted to invest in Teso or Guru, what would happen? No one would bring his money here. But you can see with the stability now, things have started picking, and which is good for our country.
Are we actually stable now because there are a lot of, you know, there's a lot of politicking around Uganda these days. I don't think even we still have that stability these days. And by the way, before Farida comes in, the investors we have in Uganda here, these gentlemen are not investors at that. They're also you know, taking part in petty businesses, as you can see.
Yes.
How can we get better investors for a country like Uganda?
Yes. I think that is your opinion.
It's fact.
And yes, I've also seen Chinese in the Chukubo trading in merchandise, which ordinary Ugandans are doing. But look at the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture. We have companies. Go to Kapeka. You know, these people who have invested in rice production. These people who have invested in. We have investors in people producing. Iron bars.
But before we go to that, Edgar, can you define for us an investor? Who is an investor?
An investor is I think, someone with a lot of surplus income that he would like to put in another country.
What makes you think whichever Chinese that we have in Uganda is an investor?
Most of them come as investors. That is the assumption.
Maybe because someone disguised, maybe those that disguised that are investors, yet in actual sense they were not, we can criminalize them. But there are Chinese here who are Ugandan nationals. For them, maybe they're trying to make a living, to get their life moving. We cannot say they are investors and are doing small business. They're trying to survive in Uganda, in a foreign country. It's like you, Edgar, you can leave Uganda and go to China, not as an investor. And maybe you try.
If I went to China, at least it is understandable. But
the problem with Ugandans is whatsoever foreigner you have in Uganda is an investor.
Counsel, to what extent do you think the taxes have affected the economic growth of Uganda? Because we are looking at a country that has a lot of taxes. People pay, people pay a lot. Now there are new taxes that are going to be introduced.
Talk about it, the internet, 12% on data.
On data itself. Can these taxes allow growth of capital in the country?
You know, one thing is, it is the Constitution, I think under Article 172, provides for taxes. It is your civic duty as a citizen to be taxed, because the government will not run. So it is okay. And mind you, Uganda is not at the level of Kenya, as I know, in terms of taxes. That is why businesses have grown, because of not so many taxes put on them compared to our partner states. But I would have, as the URA has done a good job, but where the taxes that I will dispute, I will have issues. Now, my colleague here has is saying that they want to put taxes on, again, social media.
Yeah, now they're trapping off OTT.
Yes.
And then they put 12% on data.
On data, yes. Then I also heard on the private cars tax.
That one, because they
and the motor vehicles. So I would, one thing that we should ask is URA realizing full potential of what they are supposed to correct from the public or from the population. I would say no. Why do you say no? Why do I say no? One thing is that URA, last year you saw the president saying, oh, there's a lot of corruption, there's in the URA. Why? Because X imports things from China and is supposed to pay taxes of 2 billion. Because there's someone there inside, how they play their game, someone pays 500 taxes. Uganda is losing taxes a lot. So I would put government, is the government doing enough to realize the full capacity of what they're supposed to correct before they introduce these other taxes? And the taxes will be okay. But look at the times that we have. People have not been working.
That is the thing.
People have not been working. People's shops have been closed. Public transport, everything was shut. Now people are trying to wake up, to recover from this pandemic. Now you are introducing more taxes. I think what government should do is put up mechanism of the taxes are there. Are they getting taxes that they're supposed to get from the pool? Let's say the businesses, let's say the returns, let's say because me living in Nairobi, yes, Kenya, I've seen what it means with KRA, Kenya Revenue Authority. These people will target every money that comes on your account. You have to account for it.
Yes.
Yeah? Which is not in Uganda. People just here do their business, withdraw everything without paying returns.
Before we go for a short commercial.
So you were, let me first know opinion of counsel. Like when you say withdraw your money without being taxed, so you were in support of the bill that we're saying people should be taxed on withdrawal.
No. I'm saying this is different. you have transacted business. We entered in our contract, and I've given you a contract, do this for me, and I've paid. URA is supposed to retain some 6%, but most people don't. So I think now URA should target those loopholes that people avoid to pay taxes, so that instead of introducing these other taxes.
Counsel, before we go for a short commercial break, I want, because this challenge is not only Ugandan based, the challenge of taxes and exploitation of people, it's also East African based. But aren't there any other avenues for governments to get income apart from loans and taxes? Because every time you get a loan from the United States or from the World Bank or from IMF, you'll want to prove to them that you can repay the loan again. And with doing that, that means you're going to subject your people to exploitation, to taxes. I'm looking at, aren't there other ways through which this country can get income or money to run the state than getting these loans and inflicting taxes on the poor people?
Of course. One thing is to increase, and the government before COVID had done very well on the issue of export. Increase the export. There you reduce the burden on the citizen. Yes. And of course, with these COVID times, it affected the export business so much. So there are so many avenues, but even before we even look at the taxes, are the taxes that are collected from Ugandans put to use, to proper use? That is another question.
How is even the budgeting of this country?
Yes, it is not. When you look at, I have an issue of administrative creation of administrative units.
First pause there, Counsel. Creation of administrative units. Allow us go for a short commercial break at just 3 minutes to the top of the hour. Counsel, we're going to go for a short commercial break. When we come back, we're going to start on that particular point of creation of more administrative units and how has it costed our country and our economies. And away from that, we shall talk about, we shall try to juxtapose the politics of Kenya and Tanzania and Uganda, and we can, Counsel will just give us more light about that. And then we shall delve into the oil production that has started in the capital Uganda, going up to Tanzania. How are both countries going to be benefiting from this particular creation? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Mighty Driver, just 3 minutes to the top of the hour. Allow me go for a short commercial break. We still have Counsel Darius Taremwa in studios. I'm Edgar, and I am with the beautiful Farida Bikobere. Let's go for a short commercial break. We shall be right back.
Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Hey Ugandans, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Dewa Kiki, the Deputy Defense Spokesperson and actually the Deputy Spokesperson for the Uganda People's Defense Forces. I was hosted on Alternative Dig Talk. I encourage all Ugandans that this is the way to go. Always watch, participate, give your views, and ask questions on Alternative Dig Talk. Dig Talk, the way to go.
world is at a critical moment of providing innovative alternatives as a means to create change.
As such, we have created a not-for-profit alternative mobile digital platform as a way to promote space for freedom of speech and expression to the unheard voices.
We know you believe in the cause and you can further it more by contributing to its sustainability in forms of internet data, fuel, and any other support you deem relevant.
Please support us with your contribution to Equity Bank account number 103-5201-607252 under the name Alternative Digital, or our mobile money numbers 0702-900076 or 0783-047785. Alternative Digital, real issues, real talk.
You have got to get up pretty early to go do something. We are the Alternative Digital. With our mobile studios, we are redefining TV presentation just as technology is setting the pace. We are blending our approach with fresh, perspectively designed breakfast show, The Mighty Drive, informative and entertainment show, exclusive and live interviews.
We President Museveni wadde juzi namulaba apima akawunga kilo 2 tasobola kalya nini bwaba alya kilo 5 oyannema okuliisa eggwanga ne bwe limundekera.
Njagala kwebaza the Alternative Digital etuwadde kano ka Mighty Drive era n'abatuwuliriza bonna abali ku mikutu njagala basaba mugendo maaso n'okuwuliriza.
All given to you just a click away on your phone, tablet, laptop and smart TVs as we are streaming live on our social media platforms, on the road and on the go. We are the Alternative Digital.
Hey Ugandans, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Dewa Kiki, the Deputy Defense Spokesperson and actually the Deputy Spokesperson for the Uganda People's Defense Forces. I was hosted on Alternative Digital. I encourage all Ugandans that this is the way to go. Always watch, participate, give your views and ask questions on Alternative Digital. Digital, the way to go.
The Alternative Digital. Real issues, real talk.
Esaawa ziri 2 eddakiika 3 zezankayitako enja kuddamu nkwanirize gwe yankatweyungako naye ate nkujjukize nti ffe twatambudde dda 1 hour eyiseeko. We are in our second hour of the show, The Mighty Drive. Munange atannamanya wa wetuli. We are on Facebook and we are live. The page is The Alternative Uganda on Facebook. Wansi mu live video yaffe egendawo commenting oba obuze ekibuzo kyo oba join the discussion obeere nti munange ogigoberera bulungi nnyo oteekamu endowooza zo what you think of the discussion that we are having. Munange discussion gye tulina eyamba gwe nange n'oyo mukwano gwe ataliiko gwosobola okunyumiza nti munange nno wali wabaddewo discussion naye ndowooza bye babadde bawogerako bisobola ate okuyamba eggwanga gwe. Munange munnamateeka oli lawyer oyagala kubeera lawyer oyagala okwekumira mu kumanya amateeka agakufuga munange you are a student of law ku university yonna Uganda ne bweru wa Uganda waliwo akatabo kotasanye kusubwa ate bakayita the evolution of constitutional law, public law and government. Katabo kano kawandikiddwa retired justice Professor Dr. George Wilson Kanyehamba. That man simanyi na ngeri gyensobola ate kumunyonyolamu, but he's a very intelligent man. You would love to have one of his copies ewaka obeere nti munange naawe weekumira kumanya, but particularly gwe munnamateeka ate oba gwe omwana ali ku ssomero nga kosi yo law tukukubiriza nnyo ofune akatabo kano kagenda for 100,000. osobola ogenda ku Facebook page yaffe mu inbox n'otubuulira awawooli netukunoonyako banoteekamu namba yo netukubirako oba osobola otukubirako ku namba zaffe ku 0702 900076 0702 900076 oba 0783 047785 nobeera nga ate weefunira kopi yo eya evolution of constitutional public law and government. Nange nomanya biki amateeka gatandika gazze geevolving agati naddala mu Uganda waneeno, naye ate njagala okujjukiza mukwano nti ogwe ali ku Facebook live osobola otukubirako if you have airtime on your MTN line over Airtel nga mina subscribing weza Airtel zikuba ku MTN. You can call us our studio line 0789 017 145 0789017145. So tukubirako nobeera nga ate onyumyamu n'omugenyi waffe olunaku lwaleero Counsel Darius Taremwa ayina company tugenda kugisembyayo. Ensonga lwaki tuzisembyayo sakya tegaba opportunity mwe abazze oluvannyuma nammwe mukifunamu. Ensonga lwaki tumusembyayo ayogere ku company ye other opportunities ffe twagala kuyamba bavubuka bwe waba aliwo emirimu abaana baleeta application ki ekibagana nga ate baqualifyinga. So Edgar Mathew Karuhanga osirise nnyo
badde nkyakuleka osooke oweprologue nga wenetegereza jamu e Kampala gwe tulimu. We are traversing the streets of Chiwatule. So everybody watching from Chiwatule, Nigeria, Ntinda tuli wano ku luguudo lwamwe naye kajjamu baba driver waffe Jeremiah yali mukawulira. But let's go back to the discussion today. As Farida has told you, we are having Counsel Darius Taremwa. He is the CEO of MORSEL East Africa Limited. Yes, he will tell us more about what the company does. Na by the mutuwoninze mu comment ne mugamba tuteke mu ku Uganda era kansubire kanso wango Uganda lero ajja ku
ayisenalo
kanso twakomye wali ku creation of administrative units. Yes. Kanso Uganda olwekakasa
njagezako
kanso tutuse ku creation of administrative units. Kyategeeza wano Uganda tulabye nga constituency nyingi zebatondawo kati njagala kansa soka tuwe kanso kino kya affectinze kitya emisolo n'enkulaakulana y'eggwanga bino ebyo creating administrative units
atubulire yezo ziba ziyambani bannansi oba bali eri abali mu buyinza
kituufu creating kanchiteke on tulabye ebiseera bingi nti government mugundi mu parliament buli omu aba ayagala ekyalo kye bakiwe district.
One example ewoje ova Shema eyo bishenyi bagisalamu Shema emitoma ndoza district yali nene bwetu ne bakitemata
ne waffe bakatema obwoba ogenda kwesimba wo wetola bwetozo beranga ali ku kyalo ekimu wetola mbwetolozi ku kagaali oba mazeeyo
omanyi waliko just gunde ziri justifiable creation of district. Ku example nti Bushenyi yari nene bwogenda ebuweju bwogenda Shema Mitoma bwogenda so eyo the spirit you're creating a district for service provision and delivery was a good idea, absolutely good. But now, abobuyinza bakirabamu akatuli ne bagamba ha bwe twadvote a district nange nfuna ekintu because okiraba nti kati eyo business for a few people, a few cartels abagala ebifo mu parliament mu LC5. So is creating districts ne constituencies kikosa kitya economy yaffe. Now one thing is nti omuntu bw'abeera member wa parliament emisolo gyaffe gye gisasule emisaala, creation of a district nti ojasasula chairperson osasule kawo town clerk, you know, other costs okuzimba offices, maintaining those offices, nti eze sente singa zali zigenda awalala singa Uganda tuli muki.
Counsel, isn't it a general problem mu Uganda wano nti tulaba nga n'emisala n'abantu bebasasula n'engeri gye balocatingamu zino sente eri tugambe nga Ministry of nebaga classified budgets nebaga Ministry of Security esinga ofuna sente efuna obuwumbi obwera olunana naye nga ate waliwo aba health bafuna buwumbi bulinga mbina abasomesa bafuna obuwumbi tebwera na 10 olowooza ne bano ba legislator nabo tetulina kuba holding accountable ku bino ebintu nabo kubanga nabo engeri gye badividinga mu budget nayo tetegerekeka nedda nti budget allocation ogambe for example mbintu bya security. You see two things nti economy it cannot do tesobola kukola bulungi nga terina security. Ekyo kyo
naye bino ebyabwe overrated, it shows into political unrest mu nsi.
Mpe council example council labo wa LDU yo zinanisoma mu budget wa LDU esasi limu lyabeera nalyo ya mitwalo 47 obala amasasi gatambula nago galinga amasasi nga 13 kati balamu mitwalo 13 emundu gyakwata ya milioni nga 4 n'obusente obugwamu combat jayambala ya milioni nga 2 engato jayambala ya milioni namba wogato wa LDU omu chayambade alinga milioni 10 kati ba LDU ayambali dawo milioni 10 kati balo wa police balo wa UPDF council za sente zono ni kanyo.
You see
kwanga ne state of unrest.
You see you cannot to be a security that you cannot wait until you have the unrest, then you think about security. Most countries look at the US budget. Security is very wide on top. So eyo sigenda kukiriza nawe nti recruiting police, it is good because without abakongo ADF yeringa batawanya kato tulinde ADF tukembala then tugambe tulicruiting. So security nedda
most of this money that is allocated to the security, it is not to train, it is to bring in ammunition.
And ogambe chintu cha parliament, yes, parliament ina overall ku duty jekola ku allocating budgets nti I would njagala kati parliament eroze nnyo ku bya health because health is very important kubanga government eganyirwa nnyo mu kintu in a healthy population. Tosobola kutakisinga mulwadde omwana omulwadde nga tafunye immunization tasobola. And I would wish to thank the government of Uganda. They have done well on the issue of immunization. Those other things because nga fe tukyakola in the 90s and nga balwala polio what Nekati omwana.
His Excellency he's immunized the basketball.
Yes, but now people, people are immunized. Health population is good for the government. Now, interview security, it is very crucial for in the economic development.
That's the idea ya Uganda yenyuma olaba ole motokazi waleta tuzira wanganako. I'm just thinking it's not done out of goodwill. Ze Counsel kankubuli ekintu ekyo kiringa oli eyetekera nga yomuntu yetegekera gwanga damba okyetegereza alinga yetegekera nga yengo
mukwano gwange eyo nkugambe ebeera gundiyo kubanga nze kati kankubuuze for the kituufu kirungi kati waliko ekintu nti olabe kati tugenze kukola omuntu okeera nyina duuka lyange nyina mudaala gwange mu katale gwenyanya mbanjagala ki sente njanjagala nkole ntwale emmere yange abaana balye nsasule school fees nsevinga oko kasente naye kati eyo abantu ababa baagala kwekalakaasa wabiraba innocent lives nga bafeera mu kwekalakaasa omwo omuntu wa bulijjo kiki kyayagala ayagala peace creation. That is how the economy of Uganda has been stimulated for these years, and that is why we are producing even more sugar, poultry. We are exporting in East Africa, in Congo. So this muntu wa bulijjo kiki kyayagala. So
these people who come out and go to the streets, do you think they just want, they do it? But I think the situation is forcing them to go there. Who creates this situation?
But even if they went to the streets, I've realized that even when they go to the streets, it is not them that starts.
They're not violent.
It's always the police that starts that thing. The security organs themselves.
I've seen. And I think there are so many reports that have come, both blaming the security and the demonstrators, and the police, because you have seen most instances of the so-called demonstrators routing taxis, grabbing people's bags. You've seen stripping women naked. You have seen people's shops being attacked. Why do you think when there is a demonstration, all the shops in Kampala close? Because the so-called demonstrators have an intention.
No, and demonstrators that are on a point, and then there are these people that take advantage of the
and
situation.
That is why there's that public law management that when you want to demonstrate, ask for police protection. Most cases where I've seen conflict between the security members and the demonstrators is they have not been cleared.
But
now, why would you? And also, let me tell you, with now that why would you? Because I've seen most Ugandans, and one thing is, in Africa, what do we need now? Economic empowerment.
Counsel, you've talked about a lot of things. I don't know if you're just oblivious of what is happening in the country, or you're just burying your head in the sand. Counsel, you know the reality in this country. You know it. That even if you went and asked for the permission that they are saying you have to request for, many people have requested for this permission and it has been denied. At the end of the day, Counsel, there is what they call human rights. Omuntu ayina eddembe lye okugenda neyekukunga mirembe ne constitution ekikkiriza ne mu ggwanga lino newekuba kwa mirembe oba si kwa mirembe kunakikirizibwa
kulaba obutali bumativu.
I'm going to give you an example. In Mike Mutiaba is an ex-Cranes International. Yavuddeyo n'akwata just kipande n'agenda maaso gafufa n'agamba bannange magogo we are not happy abaana tubasasudde nga speaking the truth abaana ba Uganda Cranes abacha nti babasasula. He said they played shitty football. N'alakwata kwasa kipande n'ayimirirawo the way this gentleman was beaten for just carrying a placard and standing in front of the FIFA house. So that is what I'm trying to show you, that at the end of the day,
there are incidents that I also see. Zenda baku TV, nengamba security, handling ebintu bino differently.
Yes.
Ngakati ono mukwano gwange mutyaba.
Yes.
And chiyakola nti security tosa kujjo noja no grabbing and a few incidents other incidents I've seen in town that the security have made mistakes.
Yes.
And I'd wish to njagala kugamba government ntegezeeko okutraininga abasajja ba security okuhandlinga riots embeera bwe zityo nti abantu nga tibali violent engage them.
Yes.
Tobabuukira n'otandika okubakuba n'okola bwotyo. Engage them. See that if there is this is a busy street, Kampala street, tumugende eri muchamireri na kasero oba korolo mwekalakas etali bantu engage tumu interrupting business z'abantu nti wabereko dialogue because fena tuliba na Uganda okitegeera we are Ugandans and we need each other.
Okay.
Yes.
Counsel, still, I think, let's go political. I wanted us to talk about the oil, but we still have 40 minutes to go. So I want you to juxtapose the politics of East Africa. We have a system in Kenya. I think it's a federalized system. We have governors, we have senators, we have MPs, and we have a vice president. We have the occasional transition of power. We have term limits. Back to Uganda. Uganda has over 520 MPs in this August House now. 29, 26, 29. 529 MPs. We have a lot of civil servants. We have a lot. I want to just juxtapose. How is Kenya's politics? If it is better, how is it better than ours? And how can Uganda reach the level of Kenya? Let's say if Kenya is where, because many people are looking at Kenya as one of the most democratic countries in the eastern part of Africa. Yes, sir.
You are saying what can we learn from Kenya in terms of
and
politics?
What does Kenya even? You can first elaborate to the people watching there, because I want you to just elaborate the politics, the system of Kenya.
Yeah, the system of Kenya. Yes. Like I said, with the constitution coming in of 2010 constitution, Kenya came up with, they tried with the problems they had, tribalism. After 5 years election, people would riot, will fight, will kill each other. So until Kenya yakola constitution ya 2010 nekola president nekola deputy president. Nti waliko difference ya deputy ne vice president. Nti one vice you bako appointing a president yako appointing era you can ayinzo kuja kwesawa zonna ya Kenya echa Kenya nti ofuno good running mate nti when nti baba bakubira akalulu babakubira babiri nga US nti Kenya ina parliament ngewano ne senate. Kati of course babichusa the local government nti kati baina governors and county, but before they used to have a local government, districts and what nti, but what chenjagala kugamba, every country always defines its own politics. Nti tusagamba nti tugende tukope chiri Kenya tuchirete wano nti Kenya constitution yafe ebadde wano banga den since 1995.
Yes.
Ya Kenya 2010 recently. Ntikati bavude ni wagamba tujichusemu we create more posts for prime minister and ministers and this gundi vajita vatya constitution limiting and the winner takes it all. And I had a few discussions with my Kenyan colleagues over this, because I was there in 2013 when I was still in the law school, and these 2 elections I was there in Kenya. So I was telling them, you see, why a certain tribe feels dissatisfied with the government. Odinga avayo nagenda mu opposition n'abantu be. Kati nibigwa government nti bobo choosing at the way the system is into government Uhuru ne Ruto agenda kujja ne team ye aji choosing kati ugenda sanga this other part nga teri minister nga teri chi. This is what was happening nti kati Uganda. I was giving him an example. Nti Uganda is different. How we balance, you've seen Prime Minister ngava kabare deputy ngava, you know, so people feel that they're in government. Deputy government, vice president avabuganda or no avabuchori or navateso. So the government is big. In Africa, that is the kind of politics that we are going to be defined. With time, of course, democracy will evolve. Democracy is not going to develop in 15 years or so. Uganda is still a young country, and I don't want us to say that we can see what is in Kenya, we adopt it here. Nti chokola bakati after some time
naffe tutulowooza kituyambeko kubanga kati bino tubibaddemu for 35 years down the road abantu era bakyalina buzibu bwe bumu tukyalabanga power eri enshrined few individuals ate nga olaba system y'abali nti amaanyi tegali mu muntu omu amaanyi gali mu bitongole like, you know, systems naye ffe wano systems zaffe zonna
in the H2 kyoyagadde institutions Kenya njagamba, of course there are a few incidences that for example the Judicial Service Commission of Kenya appointed 41 judges under the constitution. Recruitment and interview and verifying is done by, and it is given by the constitution. Amanya Judicial Service Commission nekasindika wa president. President nagamba so kwa approving aba. Kubanga there are some elements bentanjaga. But now the constitution is clear, says the president, after you would have raised all these things at the preliminary issues. If you are saying that this one is corrupt, then you should have brought evidence, because you've seen if you someone online, they are interviewing Chief Justice position, and every day all the Kenyan televisions are live from morning to I think to 3, one person being interviewed. So as a member of public, you have a right to come and bring your evidence. If you're saying this person is corrupt, this person is grabbing land, so a few issues. So what I'm saying is that whereas Kenya is doing much better in terms of institution management, even in Uganda we have seen a few incidents that where you have to call in the president, everything we involve the president, everything we involve in the president. But that will take time to...
Do you think it's because of the hangover of 35 years in power, that power, now people know the only source of refuge, like their God, is the president?
No, but you know, I don't want to go deep into politics. You see, this what is the guiding law of Uganda is the constitution.
Yes. It's the law of the land.
Yeah, they say every 5 years we go for elections. We go to the polls.
Away from politics.
Counsel, how will Uganda achieve a peaceful transition of power in your own perspective? What do you think? What should Uganda
Peaceful.
do to achieve a peaceful transition of power? Because we've never achieved that.
Peaceful transition of power. One thing is what we are doing. Elections.
But
Ugandans.
Possible.
No, you know, I cannot just say that Ugandans wake up and go and remove the government. The only, you see, we all accepted that the constitution is the soul. Yeah, so we are guided by that. So if I've seen a few incidences in the elections that still I believe that Uganda will have a peaceful transition of government through elections, not another. And I can assure you that we will not go back to the, yeah. Even someone was making a joke that the bushes kozagwawo tezikyaliwo
ati aba bagenda lwanira mayumba g'abantu bakyengane
waliwo omutiti wekukyuganga waliwo ekitasalwakuddamu naye the end of the day waliwo ebibuzo etulina okwebuuza nti ng'eggwanga tulaga wa obuyinza bugenda kukyukako ddi because abantu buli wobasindika ennyo nga nawe okiraba after 40 years or 35 years close to 40 oba otuuka nawe n'okituunamu mbu at least maybe it's time for me to hang up the gloves the office naye ebyo gwanga lyo tetubyogerako Farida
tetubyogerako ng'olwedde omaze okubyogera
soka
byogera
toyogera bituufu nnyo biri
kale naye njagala okutegeeza nti nkwagala nnyo ebigambo ebyo kwagala nnyo Edgar ng'ate otudde wano eno nga tokola naye nga away from politics naye tutunuulira education system ya Uganda before we go to the oil and that tuyamba tya as Uganda in particular and then East Africa olowooza education system ya Uganda nayo erina weetunyigirizaamu kunaddala mu nakanya development line ya development
nti education gyetulina wotandikira omwana ku gundi mu nursery mu primary nti abaliko abasomera ku online abasoma mpola mpola nti education yaffe tekyatugasa nnyo mu state eno gye turimu. Lwaki? Nti history gye twasoma nti majimaji yakozesa you know magic ko abazungu nti tusoma European history nitusoma Napoleon nitusoma Manyachi nti ebyo tebyatugasa nti kati wolaba economiza gundi zitwegomba zi China zisoma ebintu ebiri practical nti kyenjagala government ekole eyongezemu maanyi mu technical schools. Technical school nti nige government yagezezaako nnyo nti nti waliko program nti every sub county wabeeremu technical school nti ne government yoka omanye tusobola kuteeka burden yonna ku government nti government tusobola giteeka obuzito bwonna tugiteeka lwaki njagala kati ne mindset y'abantu ekyuke nti omwana wange alina okugenda ku university naye ku university cost gyakola ejja kujja yambe eggwanga era abaana bajja kugenda basome bajje babeerawo nga talina kyakukola nti government with my experiences in Kenya nti omwana agenda kumala kubanga standard 4 eri over standard 8 nogenda mu standard 1 2 nogenda 4 nogenda campus nti abaana internship program eya Kenya eri very strong internship ya Kenya eri very strong nti government ete abaana bateekako okukola ki okukola internship ebeera nti omwana agenda kubeera ku mulimu nga already ekintu skills azina nti mindset y'abantu bawano nti omwana wange alina okugenda ku campus tejja tukolera
curriculum yo constitution basobola okugamba mu curriculum bagikyusiza eggwanga ne bagamba tugikyusiriza ddala
and procedure it is a policy that is run by the Ministry of Education and will be taken to Parliament to be approved.
Tukyalina Counsel Taremwa ono ye CEO MORSEL East Africa Limited. Tukyalinayo wano ku program The Mighty Drive edakiika tulimu dakiika esembayo 25 eza sheno katika tuyingireko ku kintu mwena kye mbadde mwagala okutwogereko amafuta Uganda ge yafuna abantu bali bagamba Farida nti amafuta gali gatandika ddala.
That is someone's oil
by the way. He says it's my oil. Mwagala kunemesa amafuta gange. So Counsel, amafuta gano ge twafuna a very precious discovery in the part of Africa. Counsel, amafuta gano gagenda kugasa gati omuntu wa wansi. Wanda abantu asinga amanyi kyeka amafuta ga bakulu. Amafuta gayambe gati omuntu wa wansi ate gayambe gati Uganda ne East Africa at large.
Nti first of all nti twalaba wiki yaggwa nti president wa Tanzania ne wa Uganda basayininga agreement egenda tandikirwako okusigning these other endagaano nti eyo government ya Tanzania yakiriziganya ne ya Uganda. By that time His Excellency Magufuli, may he so rest in peace, nti pipe etandikire wano Hoima egende mpaka Tanga port Tanzania.
Lwaki basalawo Tanzania ate nga bali bateeseza nti no egendenga Mombasa Kenya. Lwaki basalawo nabaka bagitwale Tanzania?
Nti one thing is that in Mombasa, what is the relationship between Tanzania and Uganda? Nti historically, Uganda singa teriwo nga Tanzania tiyatuyamba okujjako amin. Nti Tanzania yakola nnyo okujjako amini yali afuka ekizibu mu Uganda. Nti Tanzania ne why not even Kenya? Nti Kenya walimu ebizibu bingi. These other political tensions every 5 years. Risk ndowooza government yakiraba naye more kibeerako on the historical relationship between Uganda and Tanzania. Nti even in Tanzania etaka compensations or compensating abantu kutaka pipe jengenda kiri expensive nga Kenya. Kenya abantu babeera nnyo, it is a capitalist country. Nti abantu bo babeera nnyo kugundi bamanyi value ya sente okusinga ki Tanzania nti Uganda yakora decision enungi okubeera ne Tanzania kubanga politically Tanzania ebeera stable when you look at their history. Yeah. Chokola nga nti Julius Nyerere, yes. Ekirala nti oire genda tuyambe etya nti njagala Abanya-Uganda babeeraawo bajjemu eyo mentality egamba oire yabakulu yabalondemu nalabye ekitongole kino kya Petroleum Uganda Authority kigamba nti bw'oba oyagala services oyagala kuweereza services za oil ziri rated applying a very free register company oy applying wano fe tukuteke ku list of service providers kati how omuntu wa wansi agenda kuganyirwamu atya one thing nti waliko abaana already abaana abaffe abali employed ababeera eri mu welding ababeera eri mu construction ababeera eri okusima ababeera eri bakola ebintu bingi. Yes, kubanga nti kugundi ku agreement ezo nti etwa nga Ugandans 70% to do the most of this work, 30% ejja kubeera eri nti even agriculture omuntu alima ebijanjaalo alima akawu alima it is going to because abantu bano bajja kujja wano abajja kuba bakola mu oil bagenda kukola ki
kati go agreeing n'ekintu kyogamba mu Tanzania gwe bakwasa tenda okubanga ye Tanzania afunira mu wache kibuzo
kati Tanzania kweyo sharing gundi katugambe amagoba mu oil nti kweno deal Uganda tujja kufunako 15%.
Atenga mafuta gafe.
Anga mafuta gafe sibu. Kubanga fe twatadde kiri awo.
Fe just
zino company Total ne area yaba China yetadde mu sente nyingi cost batadde mu over $15 billion eyo cost ezo sente nyingi tusazifuna naye kati eyo 15 cent ezo zola bezo 15 ezo sente nyingi nnyo angamba eyo 15% jituyina kati Tanzania yeganyirwawo okuyita gundi mu Guntangi region nteyo bayinako 5%. Ze bagenda kuganyirwamu ku mafuta gafe.
Nifira kisifa abesimidde amafuta gafe. Obumbi 15 butulemu okweyiza n'esimira amafuta.
Ezo sente nyingi nti okola business kati kirungi okusharinga risks. Ntoyinza okuzimba ekintu nekigana naye kati cost tuba tugitadde ku gundi kuzina ozi company ne from even historically Museveni yale yagala ekyo kubanga the oil ya discovering like 20 something years ago nti Museveni nagamba I want this oil chokola mu mugamba my oil because Museveni are representing Abanya-Uganda is the first citizen so bwagamba my oil abategeeza gafe nti yali ayagala he is the first citizen when he says my oil agamba oil Abanya-Uganda.
Someone who said I am not anyone's servant. I am only working for my family. How can he say?
No, those are I cannot maybe being quoted out of context. Mwaba mawuri mwiko engeri omuntu nogamba akantu nokasala no spicing what people want to hear. Ochitegera nti
if he said my oil meaning us the Ugandans.
Yes.
Now
so discovering
statement in good faith.
Yes. Yes.
Oloza Counsel amafuta gano gana tutwala ku middle income status country ngawe twalitubaze okutuukawo by 2020.
Yes, with the transparency I'm seeing in the oil sector.
Is it transparent?
There is a transparency in the oil sector.
Okay.
With now the government will be quiet on saying that they are no business, but now they are telling even as an individual apply, be on the list of service providers. So companies nyingi zigenda ganyirwamu already. Government eri mukuzimba airport Hoima, bali mukuzimba hotels, abantu bali employed already in the in that sector.
Counsel ekyo kyebadengenda n'okutuukako nti eggwanga lino libaddemu ekintu ky'okugamba mbu waliwo enkulaakulano ba development ebizimbe ne bagamba bazimbye hotels bazimbye biki bazimbye enguudo naye waliwo ekintu ekibulamu ekibayita human centered development nti eggwanga ne likulaakulana naye n'omuntu enkulaakulana naye n'agiwulira mu waleti mu Uganda ly'eggwanga enkulaakulana nayo tugiramu enguudo nabiki n'amasannyalaze naye nga mu waleti omuntu talina sente. I want you to just throw more light on how can we achieve a human or a people-centered development at the end of the day. Nti omuntu naye awulire nga sente mu wallet naye akulaakulanye nga wola mu nsi ez'ebweru nga zizi United States says wadde zituli wala nnyo. These guys have been democratic for 500 years, 300 years. Naye kati ffe nga ffe our baby steps ze tulimu after 58 years of independence tugenda tutya okwachivinga human-centered development.
Yes, that is those are the things I was jembade njogerako nti oiro tugenda kuganyirwamu tutya nti Bannayuganda positioning nnyo nti bw'oba oyina skill yonna gy'oyina gy'omanyi nti bw'oba oyinamu akasente k'okutandika business government tegenda kujja n'ekukwata n'egamba tugende okole kino nti Bannayuganda bokka babeere ne information is power nti basome nnyo nti balabe amawulire bawulize program ezidevelopinga nti that is the center stage babeere nemuki nemu government activities kati oil bataddeko information funa gundi bwoba ogenda supplying amatoke bwoba ogenda supplying beef bwoba ogenda supplying ki applying nti bwogenda economic empowerment gyogenda zifuna naye tosobola tuulaawo ogamba nti government enyambe nti baleete sente government esobola government ekola kyonna kyesobola okumakinga sure nti kyekyo.
Counsel katuyitemu ku messages tulinako wano bantu bangi leero baadde bali ku show banaimwe bali kubanga muwatchinga the mighty drive first tuyisizemu comments z'aba Bannayuganda.
Tumusime kati okuvembala Lugambe you are watching and following keenly mukwano we bali kubeerako ate tukwagaliza obuwanguzi ero disisi nyangu abantu babaddeyo emyaka n'emyaka nga tebavaayo kansa agimanyi so mukwano nkwagaliza obuwanguzi oveeyo ate mukwano obeere nti naawe ogattako etoffaali mu Uganda gy'oyagala ebeere. Jeremiah TV mukwano we bali kulaba you watching live from Kireka ate atwemerireho Alex mukwano naye we bali kulaba you are watching Crystal Justice naawe oli ekibuuzo nyina kimu abasinga abeebaza bwebaza
waliwo n'abali mu kutuuma ekitali kirungi
naye abo bo nabo tujja nti abantu twaguwinge respectfully bwoba otukkiriziganya na opinion ya muno leeta truths eziraga nti byayogedde bifu oleete ebiraga nti byo bituufu naye ng'omukyala Lilian Wenda abuuza nti will the Ugandans benefit fully in this pipeline given the fact that Tanzania has the biggest portion of it?
Nti egenda ku benefiting etya nti already nagambye abaana abatandika okusima already abakola zi welding nti abaana baffe abasoma bya oil already bali employed mu companies eziri eyo Hoima n'ebitundu ebyo ebisima oil nti amafuta gano gagenda nti company nyingi zigenda kubeerayo waliko security companies, waliko the IT companies, waliko abatunga emmere, zi hoteli zigenda beera eyo. Nti abachina bajja kubeera eno nga babeera mu mahoteli gaffe bali emmere yaffe nti ebintu bingi nti employment ejja kubeera nyingi ejja kuincreasinga twice our economy gye tulina amafuta ago ge tulina and I can assure you.
Unification of East Africa is possible. When will it be possible? Is unification of East Africa possible when Museveni is still alive?
Yes, and I want to assure Jackie, President Museveni has been passionate on the East African matters. You see, we as Uganda, we have been provoked. I think you have seen both Rwanda closing the borders, Kenya pushing back our goods. But do you know how diplomatically President Museveni handled this?
Those things, yeah.
Otherwise, the parliament, with due respect, Madam Kadaga was saying, oh, let us retreat, let us throw away. But that is how, so Museveni has acted as a big brother in these East African matters. Look at Sudan. Sudan has, South Sudan is our major business partner where we import so many things. Miteimba, eggs, everything from Kampala here. When you go to Arua Park, when you go to, you know, all the border in Elego border, and you see the things that you are shipping into. But the vision of President Museveni was why were we fighting in South Sudan? Now it is Uganda that is benefiting more.
He's an NRM lawyer.
No, I am an independent. Open-minded. Government na yonju kuteko. That is how we should do. Tosa akulawa na Uganda no gamba. Onayogede chino kubanga because my idea differs from yours. No gambo no NRM. Neda. Let idea yo tujiteke ku table to discussing. Because both ideas, trust me, are going to benefit the country.
Also talk about your company, what you do.
Yes, MORSEL East African company is a young company, and for the youth, it is 2 years old, a registered company, and we basically do property management and real estate. And also we do a section of giving investors information. As an investor, you want to invest in Uganda. Where do I start with immigration, with the URA, with the URSB? Why registering a business with the city council, with the Ministry of Lands? How do I get titles? How do I get? You see, that is all the companies done, and it is for the young people. When you see people who young and focused Ugandans, yes.
How can somebody communicate to you? Do you have like social media platforms? Your numbers?
Yes, my number, you can reach me on 0703 795489. Then on my Instagram, Taremwa Darius, Facebook, you can reach me on either on those platforms. We discuss related issues to deal with this country. I'm very passionate with the young people. People who are, they are Ugandans who have finished campus is saying, what can I do? I will give you my time. I might not have, to offer an envelope like most of our politicians do, but what you need is the mind, the wisdom, and I will try my best to give you that.
Counsel, Uganda, something that you would want them to remember about you on this show?
Uganda is our country. Nti tugenda kufuna eggwanga eddala litali Uganda. This is our country. Nti whatever you do, chokola, nti bobo okanika, nti bobo olima, nti bobo oli okola mu kooti nga judge, kikole ngo okolera Uganda. Nti okola ng'olina omutima gwa Uganda. Nti ekirakingamu nti abantu ekijja nga Uganda nga kyendabye nti Uganda abantu baba baagala abafune ennyo bakwemployinga abantu ograbbing obbe abantu bagambe omusajja yalina ssente nedda nti eno ggwanga lyaffe bw'oba obba your son's future obba your grandson's future nti Uganda twagale nnyo Uganda nkimanyi nti tulina ebizibu bingi bya politics nti ki naye kati start with yourself, inner self.
His like moment.
So the fact is, when Uganda mtima wana jakaluwa, there is no country before self. It is Karuhanga waiting to end. Counsel Taremwa because we have come at the end of the show, and thank you so much for being here. Just some of your hobbies, your light moments.
Nti nze ndi muntu nnyo ayagala omupiira nti nagusamba nnyo at one point nti singa si bino ebyokusoma nanki singa nange kati nange ndi professional footballer nti I spend more time now with free time. I have two sons. Njagala mentoring with the young age. Most times tubeera busy nnyo. Abaana noweerabya nogamba so nga nti wali ekyokulya ekirala kiki. You want chocolate nogireeta novaayo nti time I want to give to my family now. Bwe mbeera mentoring boys nembera nabo nenzanya nabo. So when you're a parent now sometimes your hobbies, these other hobbies of Uganda to visit friends, you take more time on your family with your kids.
When they grow up, they will not remember the presents you gave them. They will remember your presence. So you'll be present in your kids' lives as they grow up. Olwaleero tukoze Edgar Mathew Karuhanga. Show ebadde nnungi, show ebadde yakuyiga. Tubadde twogera economics, development, n'amateeka, politics, byonna tubikubika. Sabukanyama. Tukube eri munange abaddeko okuva eri ku ssaawa emu gye tutandikidde nsuubira nti ate ofunyemu ekyokuyiga. Omwami Mokose Anthony yatudde mu control room y'olunaku lwaleero ate omukyala
kanjogere kimu kyenayirabidde nti I want to thank you guys and your alternative digital talk.
Yes.
It is going to impact a lot to Ugandan lives. Nti mwebale nnyo mukole ekyamaanyi nti platform ezimu abantu bazikozesa okuvuma abantu. Abantu bazikozesa naye kati mwe ate mubeere nnyo life okuyamba abantu omuntu omujja obwavu kubanga tumubeera nnyo mu bintu bya human rights kubanga human rights omuntu asobola girya nga enjala emuluma. So first amawanga ago gutwinyumizaamu democracy nti batandika ni empowering economically nti ebya democracy bijja later. So muyamba abantu ba Uganda bakole kye balina okukola, teach them patriotism, ebyo byogamba omutima gwakalama kinyi Uganda. You know, Uganda, you are representing yourself. Thank you very much.
Welcome, Counsel. It has been an honor having you here. We pray that the next time we give you a call, you still honor our invitation. Yes, will come and talk to Ugandans. So we bayize nnyo mu discussion y'olunaku olwaleero. Omukyala Elizabeth Musitwa yatodde ku kamera y'olunaku olwaleero. Our team yeyo tiimu yaffe bakazi basajja. We are gender sensitive nnyo ate Jeremiah Mukiibi yabadde producer wa show olunaku olwaleero ate nga yatuvuze okuva eri gye tubadde yonna eyo najjeera n'atuleeta mpaka wano wetukomenkereza show yaffe y'olunaku olwaleero mu kibuga Kampala wennyini
nga tonnagimaliriza Thunder Sky wadde tutuweddeyo obudde Thunder Sky ebintu by'okuvuma abantu si birungi Thunder Sky avumya abantu wano mu bidde
twagala ate okugamba bafuwazi baffe mwena muli balabi balungi naye ate tuwenga n'ebitiibwa bw'oba odisagreeinga n'omuntu disagree respectfully abantu muleme mbayisa mu maaso because you do not expect nti buli omu ayina opinion ng'eyo nga bw'olaba ebintu omuntu omulala ate si yabiraba ne gwe atalabye show yaffe live Facebook genda ku YouTube sawa nga 5 egenda kubanga gyeri mu nkwano naawe obeere nti ofunamu k'oyiga ebintu by'ensi yo olina okubimanya ennyo such that ogenda mu discussions no disagree nga n'abantu ku bintu by'otomanyi tulabagana olunaku olw'enkya saawa ebeere mu mpaka
Mighty Drive.
Have a nice day.
Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Hey Ugandans, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Dewa Kiki, the Deputy Defense Spokesperson and actually the Deputy Spokesperson for the Uganda People's Defense Forces. I was hosted on Alternative Dig Talk. I encourage all Ugandans that this is the way to go. Always watch, participate, give your views and ask questions on Alternative Dig Talk. Dig Talk, the way to go.